Hi there. After we talk about the rhetorical situation, now we move on to academic writing introduction. We're going to talk about writing a paragraph. We're going to look at the process, not writing the paragraph yet, but we're going to look at the previewing and planning, and then writing and revising draft. Uh, we're going to start with the pre-writing. Before you write, you have to start thinking of the general topics that you have, and then you have to narrow it down. I'm going to give you an example here. For example, if you have to write about environment, then it's too general. Okay, I'm going to write an environment, for example, then I'm going to write that about Palembang. There are a lot of environmental problems in Palembang. I'm going to narrow it down into pollution. I'm going to narrow it again into air pollution, not other type of pollution. I'm going to stress on the effect of the air pollution on the society. So if you look at it here, you have a very broad topics that's about the environment. Then I narrow it down into a Palembang. I narrow it down into a writing about pollution, and I narrow that down into a air pollution, and going to stress on the effects on society. So this is the way we think and plan before we write. We call it pre-writing. Again, narrow it down the topics on that. One way to brainstorm ideas, I would suggest you to use mind map, because mind mapping is a common way to be used for brainstorming ideas from general to specific. At this point, I'm going to give you an example of start with environment. So the broad topic is environment. When I write environment in the middle, then I remember pollution. When I see a word of pollution, I will remember, for example, water pollution, air pollution, and also maybe noise pollution. Related to environment, I'll remember garbage problem, sanitation, global warming, flood, education, how to educate that people aware about environment and so on. You look at it here, the garbage problem, for example, then a problem with plastic, problem with a household, factory, and so on. Again, anything that you remember, put it down on your mind map. After you have this mind map, then you start clustering, concentrate on a narrower topics. Earlier, I chose Palembang, so I write out the word Palembang here. That will narrow down my way of thinking from a very broad into a linear, so that I can write a paragraph. It's only a paragraph, should be small, specific, compact, and relevant, like I explained earlier in my previous slide. So here, when I write the word Palembang, I remember factory pollution. I'm thinking of regulation maybe, I'm thinking of air pollution, and then I'm thinking of Pupuk Sriwijaya. That's a factory that's in Palembang. Then what's the effect of Pupuk Sriwijaya into a society? Again, if you see here, I narrow it down again into a very specific one. After that, I try to narrow it down again so that I can write a paragraph which is compact, consists of say 10, maximum 15 sentences. Palembang is still here, factory pollution, regulation, air pollution, and Pupuk Sriwijaya, and then effect on the society. I'm thinking of effect on the society. What's the effect on the society of when we look at Pupuk Sriwijaya and environment and pollution and so on. So later on, I'm going to write a paragraph about the effect to the society in relation to Pupuk Sriwijaya. So I start listing what's the effect to the society. What's one, blah, 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 blah. Number two, what's the effect? Number three, what's the effect? And so on and so on. Later on, I have to think of a topic sentence. I can make it a sentence that can be developed into a paragraph just about the effect on society in relation to pollution or environment problem with the issue of Pupuk Sriwijaya. So we are not going to talk about the paragraph yet. We are not going to talk about topic sentence yet, but we're talking about pre-writing that you have to do. Next one, you have to create your mind map. Could be about about environment. In Palembang, could be about anything. So write your mind map, make it a cluster down, get a smaller cluster, and then upload it on your website. In our website, then we talk about that, then we will discuss and lead to writing a good topic sentence before we develop that into paragraph. Thank you very much.